I was already there.
SASANS!
First one in.
To this week's episode of SASANS and Dragons, our homebrew house rule infested game of 5th edition, Dungeons and Dragons. I am Magnus Beasticus, your dungeon master, and joining me as our adventurers on this grand adventure. We started out right. We'll start out left.
Hello. I am Aldane Faradun.
You may want to pull it a little bit away from your mouth, actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
like
Yeah,
an inch, more
pull
inch,
it-
another
pull
inch.
it.
No.
Get rid
Here,
of the
let me get that
black. Can you get rid of the black? Yeah, fix yourself. Now we're gonna need a whole new sound check.
There you go.
Ooh, baby, I love the way. Now when he.
jeez.
All right, maybe.
Oh man.
Let me check your sound levels. All right, say something.
I'm giving it money.
I'm Aldane Faradun.
You're good.
I am a human cleric. I'm 30 years old. Spend most of my time in searching for cures, ailments, wanting to heal the sick of all their ailments. Come from a small village, trying to heal my family, heal my parents.
It's a lot of healing.
A lot of healing. I spend most of my time reading books, investigating, finding great libraries, finding the most arcane as well as scientific ways of healing. Spend a lot of my time making medicinal teas, sometimes to my advantage, sometimes to heal others. But
Oh, right on. I am Theriga Feltogreen. I am a male hill dwarf, druid level 5. I am a kind of a hermit. I was born and raised in the wilderness. I don't know how I learned to talk or how I have pretty much everything in my possession.
Speak with animals.
But what I do know, and that is very astute of you, Magnus, but what I do know is that I do have a small piece of the Tree of Life, and I am following it as it pulls me toward its home. And I just know that I need to return that. That is my kind of lawful, neutral, preserve the balance kind of drive, is to return this shard of the Tree of Life back to where it belongs.
All right.
Hello, everybody. I am Alexandria Lorian. I'm a female Calistar, ranger, level 5. And I'm kind of a wanderer, since my whole tribe was, destroyed by the Dreaming Dark. It's up to me for their, the clan name to enter legends and actually be remembered by people. So, since I grew up in the woods and everything, I put I don't really care for wealth or well-mannered people, because they generally, don't come in very handy in the woods. They're very city-like. About 120 years old. Spent the last 70 years wandering, and yeah, I'm chaotic. Well, neutral good, I guess. Yeah.
120 years old, still only level 5.
Yeah. I haven't been doing very much weightlifting on my adventures.
spent the first 60 years watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Netflix and chilling.
Yeah.
And Fapta.
Fayflix.
Did I, Maximus Thomas? I was Rekvar Ilhammer. And I was a level 5 cleric of the Forge Domain. And I was a good guy.
He's a good guy.
That's all I gotta say about that.
All right, welcome to part 2 of the Scim of Tars, originally called the God Shard, but I don't think, did it much respect in the first episode, so we will double our efforts this episode. When last we left the Scim of Tars, they had an oopsie.
What just happened?
Are you okay?
Came undone, yeah.
All right, well, when we last left the Scim of Tars, their contract to unite the clans of the steppe. Sorry, we'll redo that. When we last left the Scim of Tars, their contract to reunite the clans of the steppe was not going so well.
It was going great.
We did kill the guy.
At the cost of 2 of your team members initially. They encountered their first tribe of the steppe the proud Cairn clan, and how proud of their cairns they were. They had agreed to join the other clans if the Scim of Tars could rid their cairn of a vicious wraith. The party agreed and proceeded to die in their encounter with the dreaded dead. They narrowly defeated this wraith and its horde of specters, but at the price of Rekvar and Aldane, their two clerics' lives.
Useless anyways. Necrotic damage.
After days of meditations and rituals, Theragar Fertlegreen, the dwarf druid, with no small amount of experience with the spiritual world, was able to find, unfortunately, only one of the two lost souls damned to hell, Aldane. He managed to revive after 3 days of searching. Aldane had finally been reunited with his body, but there was something a little bit different. He seemed shaken, stirred a little bit. Same old Aldane, but just a little bit off. This is where we pick up now, in the middle of the proud Cairn clan. Their cairn has been cleansed. Cleansed. I didn't even involve Landon in the fight with the wraiths last time. He decided to stay in the village, gambling with the less complicated members of the proud Cairn clan. But he reunites with you now and congratulates you guys on a good job. What do you all wish to do?
Look at my notes.
Should probably bury my body.
Silence.
That would be nice.
Silence, dead guy.
Just 3 days rotting.
Yeah. I'm a ghost now.
I didn't bring your body back. Who brought his body back?
Leave a man behind. That's our saying.
I mean, it's food for the animals.
I know we want to bury Rekvar, but once touched by a wraith, only plague will spread, and we must leave him where he lies.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway.
He must be cleansed. He is a sickness upon the land, and it will not have it.
So you want to burn him?
Aye.
Well.
Burn him. With holy fire.
We already made a cairn for the fallen Rekvar. He helped bring peace to these lands once more and quiet the screams at night, so it was the least that we could do for him.
Well, he will be remembered.
His cairn is noticeably smaller than the rest.
That's fine. Move on. Moving on.
We ran out of rocks.
No.
No.
Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear it. I didn't hear that.
Burn it.
Didn't hear
With
that
holy
either.
fire.
Didn't
I
hear
know
that.
of a land with the greatest of rocks, but the most
Whoa,
dangerous of enemies.
no,
if you're willing to
no,
make the...
Nope. Nope.
I see it's too painful.
I just think we should.
Back up.
Where is the
Stay on top.
next? Where is the next destination?
Here's what I was thinking.
I like thinking.
I was thinking, since we're all in this together, and we're all trying to stop Lord Arentius from encroaching in these lands, there are only two other powers in these lands, or 3 other powers.
And Landon sort of walks out of his tent, like putting his clothes half on. And he's like, well, no, yeah, there's 3. There's 3 more we got to get here if we want, a force sufficient enough to take on Arentius.
Well, Landon,
It's,
in the interest of time, what do you think about bringing the proud Cairns along with our journey? They'll go reach out to the frost runes while we go seek out the blood braids. That way.
Unfortunately, we aren't fit to negotiate with other clans.
Sure you are. You put up those cairns. They're very fit.
And Landon goes, you see, the reason that we had to get you all is because you're more of a neutral party in this, in the steppe, I'll say. There's a bit of a history between lots of the tribes here. A bit too much to, for casual conversation about unity, but maybe.
Did you try trading a goat?
Goat?
Goat's a great peace offering.
We don't have no goats.
They're
I'm
very
afraid.
delicious. Oh, well, I could summon one for you. Would you like a goat to
I'm not quite
negotiate?
sure the future of the steppe should depend on the blood of a goat, but
I wasn't saying the
it
blood.
could
So
be
what
wrong.
you're saying is
Could be
there's a
the
chance.
flesh.
There is probably very little chance you left the strongest three. I'm sorry, you tackled the most peaceful, and he looks at the leader of the proud cairn, and he does like a see. I didn't insult you. I said peaceful. You tackled the most peaceful first. All right. The other three are quite bloodthirsty. The blood braids might be the second most peaceful, if you could call them that. But the others are I unfortunately I imagine very poor tidings for the proud Cairn clan if they encounter any of the other tribes.
All right. Here's what I think we should do.
You saved us. You brought peace to our night and our families once again. If you really want us to redouble our efforts in negotiation,
And like you can see sort of like twitching behind him, like even the males of the tribe are like looking at each other like, what's he saying? Why is he signing us up for this?
we will send a negotiation, a group of our toughest. Oh, I can't even.
Say no more. We accept.
I think
As
we're
in
gonna
we
need
don't
a
have
little
to
more
go?
muscle.
No, no, no.
We do.
Send your delegation.
Okay. It'll take us a few days to prepare.
Fertile Green, put some. Why don't you put some confidence in them?
Ah,
Instill
some
some
confidence.
Instill
think I
some
got a
confidence
root.
like you do.
I think I have a route for that. I druid
I
craft.
think I have a route for that.
I druid craft a glowing pebble, and I give it to him. And I say, "You hold this with you, and all the courage of the forest will be with you."
Roll a persuasion check.
High persuasion.
And Landon in the meantime is like, Lamahu, are you sure about this? As far as I've heard, you tried something like this in the past. It didn't go too well. Might be why your cairn's packed so high.
It's like it would not be right.
8 plus 9.
8 plus 9.
8 plus 1.
I do appreciate the gesture, but we pull this on our young ones all the time to make them feel more confident in their trials. You do not need to do this for us. We've already agreed.
Don't sell past the clothes.
Alright. I think we're gonna need a little more muscle for the bloodthirst tribe.
The blood braid? No, that will be fine.
I would prefer we send out maybe a messenger hawk, pick up a mercenary on the way. We're gonna have a few days of rest anyway.
At this, you hear sort of louder footsteps crunch on the ice entering the village,
Who crunches there?
and you turn your heads to see this large, gray-skinned, bald, muscle-bound form of a Goliath enter the village.
Ah, Rekva!
Rekvar was not a Goliath.
Ah, Rekva.
Rekvar.
Did you bring that with you?
Hey, aye.
That's very dope. And so this Goliath form is hefting it. What do you have on your back? Axe. Hefting a very large axe, and is actually the least clothed that you've seen in this land yet. Everybody else is bound by furs due to the necessity of the cold, but it seems like it doesn't, aside from the very pointy nipples.
He must run hot. You know what I mean?
This Goliath seems unfazed by the cold, and you can see him sort of overhearing him talk to the different villagers, asking for the leader of the village.
Maybe we should get him to come join us. What do you think?
I think it'll save us a few days of
Days, here we go.
hunting for more muscle.
Let's get a little
He's
muscle
got
in
a
him.
muscle and a half, maybe to spare.
No, a guy like that, he needs some gold.
Muscle and a chub.
A muscle and a chub. That'll fit inside your quaffle.
What are you, Clem?
That's what my mother always used to tell
Let's
me.
go. Panky, what are they talking about?
You don't have Penky yet.
You don't know that.
I do know. At level
Panky.
5, you don't have Penky.
I had Panky level
You
5.
did not have Penky level 5.
Bullshit.
That would be cheating.
That'd be beating.
I turned to Landon.
Orlando.
Well, Landon, what do you think? You see that strapping, hulking, naked, strapping
No.
I believe he's
Lash.
a giant of some
giant
no
over
way.
there.
I
Why
think
don't we
that
get him
might
to join
be-
us?
I would think he might be here for the same reason anyway. I think I hired. I mean,
Wait a minute.
I
wait.
got another. I got friends.
Are you
and
saying your
no,
faith in us?
No, that's not true. That's not true at all. I got
Are you
friends
telling me
in the
you-
area,
that-
and I was
the
like,
confidence
hey,
in us- he doesn't trust
things
us,
aren't
doesn't
looking
he,
too
Phil?
good here. Calling in favor.
He's right, you
Is
know.
it Swedish now?
No, it's not Swedish. I don't know. I really. This is the highest fluctuation of a voice.
Teacher.
But no, let's just say he should, I think, be here to help. Orin's Obliterate. that you?
Who calls?
We're not Thornton.
Is there the rest? Is the rest of your party?
No.
With-
It's just me.
Did they die?
No. This is just a test that I was the only one that wanted to take part in. So the rest are doing their own things.
I see. Got a lot of confidence in you. Just want to let you know that two of my previous hire, they went the way of the purple giraffe. They're not here no more. They died in this very village. Actually, he's one of them. He died.
They don't look dead.
I die every now and then.
You sure you're up for this?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, he's up for it.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't have agreed if I didn't know I was gonna die. You know.
Which one were you? Were you Tim?
Yeah, it's a Tim. Oh yeah, Tim. That was me. Yeah.
Duergar?
Yeah, a little taller than normal. You can call me Tim, but people, my friends call me Herchek.
Her check.
Confusing? Alright, hard check it is.
Are you healthy?
I am.
No bumps, measles, smallpox, asthma, tuberculosis.
I'm anti-vax, but I don't have any of those.
I'm done with this camp.
I have my essential oils.
Just don't
Mesothelioma?
let him near my children.
The village elder lady like, well, he's kind of a moron.
It's alright, I got plenty of stones for him.
Ooh. And who might you be?
Theragar Feltogreen at your service.
And what do you do, Theragar?
I take odd jobs on the side as I plunge for the Tree of Life in hopes to return this little shard to it. It is pulling me like a little compass. That's what I do.
Trees and stuff. Got it.
Yeah, trees.
You,
I'm Aldane. And,
Mr. Deadman?
Oh, well, the only good cleric is a dead one.
Apparently. I don't know what clerics are.
There's a great cleric
I have a
in the ground here.
I have a great
One of the
cleric
best.
in my party in the Orin's Obliterate.
Well, I'll be your cleric this time in this town.
See if you meet up to his standards.
I'm still new, but I probably won't. But that's besides the point. We'll be happy to have you. To cleanse these lands, to free these people from the oppressive Lord Arentius. I, for one, only want the best for the common man and woman and child.
Yeah, if there's killing to be done, I'll kill him.
Oh, I think
I like him.
there will.
Lots of muscle.
And while you're doing the killing, I'll be doing the healing.
Do you
Not
still
very
need
good
us
at
to
it.
go?
Yeah.
You
If you
seem
guys could
like you
go
have-
to find
Yeah,
the
especially you old timer.
Okay.
You have to pay us to go though. If you can't pay us at least 30 gold, you can't
I
come
owe
with us.
you nothing.
Mm.
Newcomer.
Can't come with us, son.
Oh, so I'm relinquished
Are there
of
any
my
potions in
If
this
you,
town?
if you can't pay the gold to come with
Or
us,
shops.
shop. We have some merchants. Yeah.
We all need some tender love and care after that.
I have
battle.
at least 16 superior potions. Of healing,
Oh,
so we're
yeah,
good.
that's perfect.
Oh,
that's
wow.
perfect.
We have an herbalist in the town.
Well, he had 16
Herbalist.
superior
Better
potions,
herbalist
so-
than
I trust that the herbalist rates will be accommodating for. Well, I died, so.
Probably not anymore. I think we're even if you're sending us to make peace with what could be our mortal death.
With the blood
Alright,
braids.
I don't know if I trust these guys anymore. Maybe we should just use the bargaining and get some goods.
I
and
think
then-
we should take maybe a short while to recoup some strength, get
Mhm.
some brew, maybe
Well, should we
something
take
to eat.
Should we take a discount or send them along to the other clan?
I agree with you. I think sending them to the other clan is making quick work of this whole job.
Alex?
Which clan are you talking about sending them to?
They're gonna go talk to the Frostmourne
Frostroon.
Frostroon
Asura.
clan.
And they're the swamp clan or something? What
No,
are
no,
they?
we'll talk to the Bloodbraids.
The bruh.
Yeah, are they the swamp clan? What clan are these guys?
I do believe those are the fighter clan,
Which one?
the Frostrune clan.
Yeah.
We're not asking him to fight. We're asking him to talk to them.
Talk.
Just talk.
It's simple.
I will see how that goes.
Well, are they gonna kill you on sight?
There's a high probability.
A high probability.
That's a
When
probability
you're gonna
we
send
are
us.
willing to take.
Okay,
So
okay.
We go.
We need
Okay,
to,
well,
we need
send them
to,
there. We lose.
we need to
we
ensure
lose half our
success.
fighting force if they fight each other.
What about the Bloodbraids?
They are, well, all of us keep to ourselves, but I mean, they like really keep to themselves.
Can you get through to the
they don't
Bloodbraids
take
more
well.
than the Frost?
I have more faith that they have a more cordial demeanor, if need be. Let me just.
Which ones are you more
Say that-
afraid of?
I feel like our chances of survival are highest with the blood braids.
All right, frost runes it is
For them or for us?
for us.
And like as you say that, oh, okay.
Hmm.
So I'd say like a woman just starts weeping in the background.
I have a way with people.
Very well. Sounds like a plan. We'll rest, recoup. You'll head to the Bloodbraids. We'll head to the Frost Runes with our strapping lad Tim.
I have a good feeling about him,
Strong lad, strong lad.
Mr. Herchek, Tim Herchek. Sounds like a bard I used to know.
Middle name Isovarkir.
Mm.
Was that a sneeze?
Bless you.
All right.
All right.
Let's get some potions. I'm gonna go see the herbalist.
I'm going to meditate and probably sleep at the same time.
Right? Gal, Fibbin, Kellen, and Bingus.
Kind of fucked up. Slay.
Is he casting a spell?
No, you see
It's rain derps.
Oh.
you see four males like get up from their tasks.
Sorry, that was funny.
Get up from their tasks, and like they were already pretty much half paying attention, and you just sort of see this like or hear this light sigh across all of them as they walk forward, and the chief starts sort of breaking down their orders, and they start talking amongst each other, starting to prepare different things. And you all are you're getting herbs.
Potions, if there's potions at the shop.
I'm getting nerd.
We don't have the means for making potions here.
That's dumb.
But our herbs should be just as good.
I'm going to be very skeptical, but I'll trust you and go to the shop.
A top-notch city alchemist will be able to get you potions, but out here we don't have the means.
So you two are going for potions?
I'm going to the herbalist.
Okay. Or to
No.
going to the
Herbal.
herbalist. Okay, yeah, the elder points you in her direction, and Landon accompanies you as well. And she's just she's actually part of the town square. She's got a lot of the sort of like wooden what the hell are they called? Just like sticks tied up to hold things, where a lot of different branches and leaves are being held to dry, and she's currently using a pestle and mortar right now. She's older. She's getting up there in years, maybe like 70 human, and just white hair, light leather robes, cracked fingers from working in the cold. Yes, how may I help you?
I'm looking for some herbs for my teas.
Teas, how lovely. Yes, I would be delighted to share something that I've been working on for some time. The village really loves it. I'm quite prideful in it.
Can you tell me its property, by any chance?
This is where like the like the words come out that actually knows what they're talking about, and you hear these words in the world, but I don't know any of the specific ingredients. But essentially, it's like most things that grow in this kind of climate. So it's mainly, and I don't know what those are. It does have some cinnamon in it.
For like healing, does it have what kind of
Oh, it just tastes good.
Okay, right. I'm looking for something that will make someone be a little more suggestive, perhaps.
You want somebody else to be more confident in what they say?
Exactly. Or more susceptible to what I say. Or whoever, to what others are saying.
I've got some
roots, or perhaps some leaves that may
got some
change their mind.
Some night root. Put them to sleep. Maybe whisper in their ear, and when they wake up, who knows?
I'll take some of that. What else you got?
Sure. I have something that makes people more calm. It doesn't put them to sleep, but it puts them in more of a peaceful state. Maybe they will be more agreeable. I'm not sure. This is very specific. Kind of nefarious sounding.
It's actually not. It's very common amongst the world of teas, and some for use for medicinal. Many doctors use it to help calm the nerves of their patients.
There's no need to hurt my feelings here. We don't get out much, clearly.
All right, well, I'll take that.
I've got some of our tribe's members who have dedicated themselves to this cause. It'll help with resistance to sort of rotting elements. I think I heard it called necrotic somewhere.
Sounds good. Take some of that.
And I don't have anything else for the other means that you need them for.
I think the herbs of calming, as well as the ailments of necrotic resistance. I'll take some of those as well. Just those two.
Good. Pardon me. That'll be 6 silver pieces, please.
Okay. Easier said than done. Or easily done.
Thank you. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that'd be all.
How about some healing herbs, man? No?
You didn't come with them. No Jamaican
Uh,
character went with them. I
I-
had no idea how to insert that in.
I would like to walk outside of the herbalist because I have the divination rod. I still have it in my possession. I would like to examine it and see what its magical properties are, if I can deduce them as I'm just sitting down. You know.
I forgot you grabbed that.
What are you doing with my rod?
Whoa,
That's
whoa,
where it went.
Whoa! He's not
That's where
around.
it went.
He's not.
I told you Landon accompanied you.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Well, he did.
What are
nothing.
you? Where'd you find that, boyo?
This isn't your rod. I'm just kidding.
Boy.
I saved it from the raid.
That I didn't even go down to the wraith.
It
I was
there.
here the whole time.
I found it over there.
Bloody
Anyway.
hell. Roll a deception check. Anyway.
Deception is
Charisma.
12.
I'm not buying it. Look, I don't know why it's in your possession. I don't know what you're doing to it right now, but it belongs to me. I went through a lot to get that there rod. And I'd like it if I could get it back.
All right, I hand the rod back to him.
I thank you kindly. Now that you know it's mine, you can help me keep an eye on it. If it disappears from my possession, I'll look to you to help find it.
No.
I think one of you might have sticky fingers.
No.
But
Mm-mm.
I had no idea he came with us.
If you lose it again, it's ours.
you're not with them.
I know I'm not, but my subconscious is speaking. I'm astral projecting.
Astral projection. Just floating there.
And I speak in thought.
Yeah, that's how Rekvar was Jamaican there for a second. Yeah.
Breakfar's there too, just
Yeah.
like the end scene in fucking Last Hope. Not Last Hope. Is it Last Hope?
What?
First Hope?
What's last hope?
Star Wars?
Ooh,
A New Hope.
that's really bad, bro.
The last.
That's really bad.
Cut all
The
this
last Jar
part
Jar.
out.
Return of the last.
Jar Jar.
First order.
Return.
Return of the last Sith.
Did you want to pick up
Jar
healing
extended
herbs,
edition.
Alexandria?
I didn't hear them say too much about good healing, so. I'm
To
probably just gonna-
clarify, she only accommodated his specific request. She was only thinking about herbs that would meet his specific needs.
I guess I'll ask if she has any healing salves or anything like that made of herbs or anything like that. to
Yeah,
consume
of
her.
course we got those.
How much are they? please?
Sure.
Would you mind?
They're a little bit harder to create. So
Yes.
and I don't have much. It's rare materials.
Yes.
I've got 3.
Okay,
It cost you
yes.
20 gold each.
20 gold. And how much do they? And how good are they compared to like a city potion?
Comparable, I'd say.
Comparable to which city potion? Like an expensive one, an average one, or
I don't know much
really-
about city potions, if I'm going to be honest, but this does the job here.
Hmm.
I'm sorry it didn't do the job for your friend, but he was already dead when you brought them here.
And I guess she doesn't really care. She's like, I'll take all 3 of them, I guess. She tosses out 60 gold.
Pleasure doing business.
Didn't
with you.
even ask.
Come back whenever you need.
No, she said 20 gold apiece, isn't it?
Talked her down.
Wow, I don't think she had an accent. She just morphed with Landon.
So what do I put down? 3 medicine.
Just put 3.
health packs?
It's just
Healing shrubs.
just do potions, like potions of the regular potions of the regular variety.
health pack though.
Okay, so what do you guys do now? You can see the 4 tribesmen, proud Cairn tribesmen that the elder called to are getting ready to leave. They have packs on their back and they are walking out now, entering the vastness of the steppe.
Should we head to the Frost Room clan?
Sure, I can take you there.
Have you rested up?
Everybody should be rested up.
Oh, we didn't re-rested?
Yeah.
A long rest or a short rest?
Long rest. It was 3 days since the battle,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
it's
okay.
been a day since Aldane's been
Hmm.
recovered.
Mm-hmm.
They've all been mourning Rekvar's death, so they all take
Mhm.
a point of exhaustion.
So we
Yep,
leveled up from that,
yep.
right?
Yep, you're all exhausted.
We'll see.
I went straight to sleep.
Slept like a baby.
Like a baby. Okay, so taking off in the morning, or
Taking off in the morning.
Right after breakfast.
okay, night passes peacefully here, thanks to you all destroying the wraith scourge. You wake up pretty early. This clan wakes up pretty much at the crack of the sun coming up. Tiny little sliver of sunlight popping over the horizon. It's very cold at this time in the morning. Almost the temperature by itself wakes you up with its chilling sensations. They serve breakfast to you guys. There is no like inn in here, so they'll just come to like the spaces that were available in separate people's tents. And they are making breakfast for you guys separately as you guys
Very nice.
some snow rabbit jerky. No eggs here. Some
No eggs.
some frozen blueberries.
Frozen blueberries.
And something that's akin to oats, but it just like tastes super dry and disgusting. It's nutritious, trust me. It's the guy you got. Her check. Okay, so you guys all meet up in the sort of like the equivalent of the village square. Landon meets up with you guys as well, and what do you do? What's up? You guys venture off out of the Proud clan and back into the steppe. Landon leading the way, but he admits that he will, as soon as you all get close, he's going to take the back and just sort of guide by verbal command. As you guys are traveling through the steppe, it's the brisk, cold air hits you once more. You've left civilization. You've left fire at this point, so you're sort of left to the harsh elements. The damp, cold ground of the plain beneath your feet and the gray, cloud-filled skies above you. Looking across the steppe, every so now and then you can sort of see beams of sunlight shoot down through breaks in the cloud, crossing the lands. Wolves eating their prey.
I would like to cast animal friendship on one of these wolves.
One sort of sticks its head up from the feast with meaty, bloody chunks in its mouth as its predatory eyes scan its surroundings and make contact with yours, Theragar. Does it roll or do you roll?
No. Spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast that you can see within range. It must see and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, the beast must succeed in a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the spell's duration.
So there are about 4 wolves total. You still want to do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
The fuck?
It's verbal, right? It says V. It says it has to hear you.
Mm-hmm.
So as you yell out to this beast, what's your DC? Oh, you sure you should be doing that? There's a wild beast they're currently eating right now.
He's
Is
a
there
pro-
time to get away?
He's a
knows
Is there
professional.
time to
knows
get
what
away?
he's
What are you
doing.
doing?
He's a professional.
Shh.
Don't
I'll
distract him.
leave it to the
No.
professionals.
I stealth. The best.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
I'm preparing a reckless attack.
Okay. As the words leave your mouth, the wolf that meets your eyes, it sort of like turns its head and you hear this while it looks at you. But the other three wolves
25.
look at the wolf that looks peaceful, and then the two of the heads look at you, and the one of the larger wolves is looking at the one that's been pacified. And what do you do? What do you tell it to do? There's a split second before the.
I tell it to come to me.
You tell it to come to you?
Yeah.
It starts to run to you. All of the other three start to run to you as well.
All right. As
They're
it's
about
coming
40
to
feet
me.
away.
Oh, I'll
I
wait.
got like a 23. So
23? Okay. What are you hiding behind? No, I think that is it like an open
You
plain?
went like this and snapped.
Yeah. It's like-
Just was like.
you just see Alexandria like pulling large chunks of dirt over her body as she's just like rolling down into one of the ditches.
That's not healthy.
stealth.
Okay, roll initiative. Because
Yeah.
three of these four beasts are hostile towards you and they're running in your
All of
direction.
us?
They are running towards your group. Yes.
What do I roll?
5.
I guess I roll initiative.
5 for initiative.
Some professional you are.
Hey, I got the one beast.
9.
I didn't want to
9.
use a third level spell
9.
to seduce all of them.
I got 9 as well.
Okay,
I'm
well,
stealth.
one rolled a natural 20. So I'm just gonna go.
I don't believe you.
We're gonna alternate. Me, Aldane, or Wolf, Aldane, Wolf, Theragar, Wolf, Herchek, Wolf.
Which
Wait,
the
one-
friendly wolf?
1, 2,
Which of the friendly wolves do
4.
I get?
1. The one after you.
Okay.
The biggest, the largest wolf actually rushes ahead of the pack. Landon just runs away. Landon like drops his bag and just runs away. At least he's prepared to run away. It's not quite his turn just yet. But the wolf is leaping at you, Theragar.
Mm-hmm.
As it rolled a 5, so it probably do you have anything in your hand?
Yeah, I have my quarterstaff.
All right, quarterstaff. You use it to block the fangs of this wolf as it leaps at you. It sort of pushes you back a few feet before you twist your shoulders and throw it over one side of you,
As
landing on
a
the opposite side.
react, can I do a reaction?
Yes, you can.
I would like to cast my cantrip, poison spray.
That you can do that as a reaction.
Well, I figured it's a cantrip, and since
Doesn't
Okay.
quite work like
okay,
that, unfortunately.
doesn't quite work like that. It's fine.
You will be powerful enough at one point to be able to do that, but that is very a powerful thing to do.
Oh, I mean it's like a cantrip. You can just do it whenever you want.
Not as a reaction though.
Okay, noted.
If you said that you were holding that, you could have done it.
Yeah, I probably should have done that, but lesson learned.
Herchek, this wolf just leapt at Theragar. You have an opportunity to use your
Double
Reckless
reckless
attack.
attacks that I said
Yes.
that I had. Yes, I will.
You did say you were holding it. So
I was
yeah.
holding it.
Hold these nuts.
17.
17 hits.
14 for the first one,
Okay,
and another 17 to hit.
hits.
Oof, and a 15.
Dang.
So 29 points.
as you throw the wolf over the leader wolf over your shoulder, just gets bisected. There's two of the halves, sort of like one half goes to the right of, either way, to the right of Aldane. The other half goes to the left of Aldane. Just blood just slaps against your chest.
That's a good look for you.
Two of the other wolves run away at this point.
Great.
After that happens, and the third wolf just is still happily running in your direction.
Shall we continue? And we have dinner.
What'd you do that for? I thought you were a professional.
Yeah, we got
Well,
one
You could have
wolf.
died.
Well, we're
We
not.
didn't.
We
We are
didn't.
plus
Did
one
we?
to the party.
We have one more to the party, and we also have meat.
I go up to it was the leader wolves that I
Why'd you
bisected?
ask me to come on this adventure? It's gonna be the death of me, not you guys. I'm not cut out for this.
Hey, fine.
If
No,
you want, if
no,
you
no,
leave
no,
now,
no.
you owe us the divination rod.
And what's going on with her?
I poke my head and be like, how long is that wolf going to be friendly to us?
You know, that's a great question. Probably after dinner.
Okay, so, yeah, let's quickly be on our way. The wolf's going to attack us as soon as,
It's a lone wolf. They don't attack.
Was it a big
It's going
wolf
to run
that I
away.
killed?
It's gonna
It was a
run
big
away.
wolf that you killed.
It was
I,
very big.
Can I go to the head part?
Sure.
I'm gonna rip out a couple teeth.
Nice.
All right.
I'm gonna rip out the fangs.
I
Sure.
appreciate that you're
Could I-
using
Could I
these
skin
fangs.
this wolf?
The bisected one?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Has,
Go ahead and roll it. What are you trying to get
The
from it?
spell
just
lasts
skin- just a
entire
pelt.
24 hours.
Has-
nice.
has Landon picked up his bag yet?
Has Landon picked up? Yeah, Landon's like slowly walking back in.
Okay,
The-
no.
He keeps the rod with him at all times. Like the rod is on his belt or in his hand usually.
Mm.
Alexandria picked it when it happened to be on his belt.
I don't know.
Yeah, so he picks up his stuff. Alexandria starts carving the
I roll?
skinning the. Yeah, roll. Well, what are you trying to get from
Just
it?
a pelt. Just a pelt. Just a pelt and, like, slice some good chunks of meat off it. and
The
things like-
pelt is already ruined. Like depending on what you want to make from it, like the largest portion of the pelt has been bisected.
Yeah, like, so I want, like, the bottom half is going to be, like, a skirt, top half maybe
Bro.
gauntlets. I don't know.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Roll a nature check.
Hell yeah.
Nature.
Street.
If you want,
Do
I
I
can
get
do
the
it for you.
chair?
Do I get the fangs?
If
Roll
you'd
a nature
like,
check.
13.
I could do it for you. If
13?
you need me to do that.
You successfully get one pelt, enough to make one thing.
Now, how I would have done it,
Six.
but
You
You
just
are a
you try
lady.
and like
You
it
have a wolf-
normally
you have a wolf
it
right
normally
there.
works
Mhm.
this way. So you just
Once
punch
that
the
wolf
dead wolf
turns
in the
on you,
mouth, and
you
like
can- you
its
can- you can
teeth
skin it.
shatter and go in every direction, and you can't find a salvageable one. You did a thorough job in just dusting its teeth. So
Da,
yeah.
da, da.
I kind of look at the other wolf that is attached with Theragar.
It's like, oh Jesus, what is going on? All right.
Don't. This is a day out on the step.
And I rip out the
You're right
I
about
rip out
that,
the wolf's
but-
tongue and I begin to eat it in front of him.
Who do you want talking to the frost runes other than that lad?
No, I think he's the only one really who'd actually be able to maybe talk on the same level.
there we go.
What?
He'd fit right in.
Tongue? Landon? Tongue? It's good. It's good meat.
No, thank you. I've
Slap
had
it in his face
my
a little bit.
breakfast. No, you don't. He wouldn't let you do that.
All right, lads.
Just moves his head back.
Shall we be on our way then?
Yes, please. Oh, yes, please. My God. But how long does it last for, though?
24 hours.
Animal friendship does?
Yes.
Ooh, okay, yeah. well,
That's
for
only
dinner.
first level.
Does it break when it takes damage?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so you guys progress for a few more hours into about midday. Landon says, "So I got to be honest, I don't actually know where the frost rune.
Frost rune.
Sorry, it ends
Frost
if a companion harms it.
It should end if anything harms it, right?
It specifically says companion.
Oh, you're right, because if you asked it to attack one of its friends, it should be fine. Okay. Yeah, so the I don't actually know where the Frostrune clan is. I know like the basic region. They are very nomadic, so they move quite a bit.
Do you have something maybe that our friend here can track of the frost runes?
You think I got a piece of the Frostrune clan with me? You overestimate my abilities.
I'm overestimating a lot from you.
That hurts. You know, can you sing a song?
Have you done anything useful since we've been on this journey?
Meet me in a tavern. I hired you, didn't I? I'm paying ya.
You haven't paid.
I sing for people. Do you
Have
sing
you-
for people?
Have you
You
sung?
make them feel better?
We fought a wraith and you didn't sing.
Define better. I make people feel better, but they don't
Exactly.
feel anything
Different
anymore. I made that wolf feel
Folks
better.
for different strokes, you know.
Yeah, the wolf is feeling way
And
better.
that was your stroke.
You want to get stroked?
I'd prefer stroking myself, but you know. All right, let's move on.
Stroke
us-
you so hard.
Let us continue. Well, then how do we need? How are we going to find him?
He tells you of like different signs of what they eat, like different things to look for, different signs of just like footsteps, different sort of like patterns of how their tribe moves around. If one of you guys wants to look
Actually,
for-
I would like to speak with the wolf to see if it's aware of the Frostrune tribe.
okay,
So I speak with the wolf.
is that you can just do that whenever?
I think that's a spell. I might not actually have it.
That would be insane.
Well, that's fuck me, right?
Grew up in the woods. I don't know how I learned language, both for my humans or
Just didn't prepare it for this trip.
Oh yeah, druids can switch their spells out.
Yes.
Oh, they
That
can, huh?
is- I can. Yeah, I did not prepare it.
Achoo!
Fuck. That was a bad idea. Alright, well.
What can you tell us about the frost runes? What do they eat? What kind of things do they wear? How many, do you know how big of packs they travel in? What they leave behind? Surely you know
They-
something, Landon.
About 50 clansmen, about give or take, normally. Quite a large one. Their leader, Argat, the Indomitable, is said to be quite hard to beat. Quite indomitable, indeed. He's known to never have fallen. Once, and they love fighting. Super aggressive. Even known to take out trolls.
trolls
Frost
are
giants.
easy.
They're
Hmm.
yeah, they just love their fighting.
I would like to scan the area within the foreseeable horizon for any kind of evidence of camp, fire.
All right,
people
roll a survival check.
For, say, 50 people.
Yeah. Say 50 people.
They're heavily furred. They got black hair,
Ooh.
grey
18.
skin, kind of like this guy.
18.
18. Over the next few hours, you slowly, based off of the advice and the tidbits that Landon has been giving out about what he knows of the tribe, and their migration habits, you want to get sick?
Do you want to sip? And then I can just drink it for you if you'd like.
Perhaps, yeah.
Into the nighttime, it starts to get a little bit dark before you you find yourself navigating through the terrain becomes more stony. Large ice-capped stones are now protruding out of the ground, and you follow actually quite a few footsteps inside. You go in for about the next. I taste it actually. I like their stout, but not the white ale. Tastes like a beer.
Tastes like,
Okay, so yeah, you get far enough in these sort of large ice stone region to where the horizon outside is obscured, and you hear this this crack. It sounds like the largest bone in a human had just been destroyed from physical contact. And you hear weak meat, only good for eating, and then another crack. You follow the sounds of battle farther and farther in until you round one of the stones to see this village of many, many different tents. A small fire going. Also, the small stack has helped you get to this location as well.
Great.
And there is a fighting circle that many different people are gathered around right now. One large, sort of like greasy, black-haired, heavily leathered man, who you would imagine to be the leader of this tribe, is sitting in his sort of like temporary leathered stone chair. Nothing in here seems very permanent. It seems like they might have set up just like a few days ago. And two of the tribesmen are just wailing on each other in the middle before one lands a final uppercut. The one who got punched just sort of like, I don't know, hops back from the force of the blow, and shoulders land on the ground, pressing some of the dirt to the side as he lands outside of the ring. And everybody sort of cheers.
And we are like off in the distance.
You guys are like just, yeah, I wouldn't imagine you're just like, hi guys. So
How long has it been since I've cast Animal Friendship?
I would say probably 8 hours.
Great.
So we can walk right in at this point.
You can, yes.
All right,
This-
lads.
Do we want
This
to
looks
walk
like-
in and barge into
This looks like not a job for a cleric. So, I'm going to. Are we going to walk in? Are we all going to go in right now? I say
probably
we let
announce
Tim
ourselves.
do the talk.
I can agree. Tim, if you're up for it. Or we can take a more stealthy approach. But I don't know how
Well,
far that's
stealth.
going to
We
get
have
us.
to talk to them. How can we
Down
stealth?
for stealth or Tim. And you just see like Landon's head poking out from behind one of the stones. I'll just be right over here.
So, Herchek, your armor. What? How strong would you say that is?
I'm not wearing any.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just fortify you a little bit, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I cast Barkskin. If you didn't already have a high armor class, it is now 16.
Oh, nice.
Are you willing to go talk to them? Initiate the conversation?
It lasts for an hour.
I could go over there. Give him a little what for?
Well, don't do that unless that's how they say hello. We need them on our side.
All right. I'll go find the leader. If I'm in trouble, I'll yell. That'll be the signal.
So just
Right.
one person is going in?
Alexander, do you want to sneak around and make sure he's safe? And if he's
No.
not, then you can,
We sneak around in a place full of fighters that are.
No,
As soon as they catch one person sneaking, everybody would be suspect.
fair point. I'm going to,
Why don't we just all go with him?
no.
No? I
He
feel
start-
like,
He starts it.
but if
They
it
respect
gets
him.
messy,
If it's messy and he can't handle it, what good do you think we are?
I think we're better together than we are apart.
You start to hear heavy footsteps approach your direction.
I bless. I bless the three of us, not Landon.
What about...
1, 2. I bless the three of them.
Okay. All right. You guys are just standing here?
I guess I'll start walking over.
I also would like to cast Enhance Ability. And I give Tim here Bear's Endurance. So you have advantage on Constitution checks. And you get a 2d6 temporary hit point increase for an hour.
Nice. Well, how much health do I get?
A 2d6?
Roll it.
You roll it.
You're the one who's casting it.
Aye.
I think it can go either way. It's a bisexual
10.
spell
Yeah.
there.
10 HP extra. Not bad.
Okay. All right.
Fucking buffed
I'll
up.
yell if it goes south. I'll start walking towards the camp.
Okay, as you walk out, one of the barbarians was like, the barbarian like clansman is walking towards your direction as you round the stone. Just you were going?
Yep.
Okay, he's you can see him sort of like pulling his leather aside to go take a whiz in he just like stops, hand in his leather, and he goes, "What are you doing here?"
Is this the bathroom area? My bad. I'm
What business do you have with us? You looking for death, son?
No, I'm not looking for any death. I'm looking for your leader.
I grass right over there. He like looks you up and down. He'd tear into you like butter. But you're looking for him, so let's go.
Sounds delicious.
And he turns around and he goes, "Hey, boys! We got some new meat in the camp. Says he's looking to talk to our leader." And then
Maybe I should have gave him a charisma bonus.
Agamemnon.
Get it.
Emotep.
Emotep
Agagarian.
pulls out his eagle helmet,
Emotep.
throws it on.
Emotep.
1 second. Yes, Argot, that's what it was. And it's a pretty small camp. So as you could see Argot stand up after this tribesman exclaims this, and he points over to you and he goes, "You're coming over here. Stand before me, Argot, the Indomitable."
That's where I was hoping to come. Thank you for your
Abominable.
warm welcome.
So cordial. What brings you here? What business do you have with Argot, the Indomitable?
I was tasked to go to all the clans. Me and my party members who are around.
He sold us out.
I
Around. Wow, I almost went back into the Scottish.
and eventually you do.
Around. What
Around.
do you mean around?
Well, I didn't know how you guys were gonna treat me. So if you were gonna kill me, they could just run away.
How many of them are there?
Not a lot.
Bullocks! Search the perimeter.
Oh, okay. Well, while you're doing that, I was tasked to come here by the Golden Sunrise to find members against Lord Arentius.
Doesn't sound like any business of ours.
What?
Way I see it, Rentius comes around here, we'll just handle him ourselves.
Oh, can you? Can you just handle them? I've been tasked to go to all clans to acquire their help.
Roll a persuasion roll.
Fuck.
Should give me charisma.
I should have gave you charisma.
No.
That wouldn't have helped.
How about this, Scrawny Pants? You do me.
I don't flow that way.
You gotta just take one for the team.
I'm not.
You beat me in a duel. And we'll meet up with your other tribes.
Is this an
Battle's a battle.
This is an honor duel with no weapons, just fists. We go into fisticuffs. How do you want to do this?
Is it a party duel?
We got all the weapons that we need.
Okay,
We use everything we have.
sounds good.
You
I
wanna
would.
kill, you kill. If you don't want to kill, that's up to you.
All right, I would kind of like my party members to be here, just in case if I choose to go down.
Bullocks, you find anything? You guys want a stealth check?
Yeah, I want a stealth check.
No, let's just go out there.
Yeah, I just go. Ah!
He must be in trouble. We should leave.
All right.
You some kind of crazy person.
Do we all just walk in?
I'll walk in.
You walk in.
With
Before you go, this nervous hand grabs you, Altane, on the shirt, and he goes, can I stay here? Landon is poking out from behind the rock.
Landon, you can stay here and hide if you want, but I'm gonna need that rod because if I die and we all die, whatever you want us to do, it's not gonna happen. I need all the help I can get. You can stay safe.
Roll a persuasion check at advantage.
Ooh-wee.
At advantage?
Nice.
Ah.
12 and
Not bad.
4.
Persuasion. 14.
I'm sorry, I got attachments to this rod. I can't give
Then
it to
you're
you.
coming with us, or you can stay here and die. Because if they find you, they'll kill you.
All right.
Come on now.
I hope they're not as bloodthirsty as everyone says. And he
thirsty for blood. I'd rather
nervously
wolf.
walks with you all as you enter the village, and as soon as you come into sight, as soon as you round the stones, tribesmen, very very tough, stout looking, sort of like missing teeth, cracked skin, just dirty hands. Hygiene is not a priority for the Frostrune clan, and they grab you by the arms, and not like push you, but they just like firmly are like walking you inside, and one of them's like, "You okay? Look, gonna watch your boy die here."
We're gonna watch him. I don't think he's gonna die.
Well, hoping for a hell of a show then. All right, you ready?
Do I take off my gear?
Nah, keep it on.
Oh, okay.
I'll keep mine on. You keep yours.
What weapon does he have? Like, what is he looking like?
He's got it's serrated, like just like a piece of metal that's been slammed against lots of different things. You can see some strands of like flesh with hair on it still hanging inside, hanging in one of the serrated ends. And yeah, it looks pretty. It's pretty lengthy. Actually, let me just double check that I know what I'm talking about here.
Do you have a picture of this gentleman?
Could you use him in a sentence?
Oh, he's got two long swords. Two serrated
Wow.
blades.
This changes
He looks like this,
everything.
only
It
way
went from a
only
piece
way
of
more
metal
intimidating.
to 2 long swords.
What?
I would hope so. Well, I mean, the accent matches.
He looks his brow is actually a bit larger than most of the other members of this clan. His skin tone is a bit more blue than everybody else's. Hair is longer and of a slightly different color than everybody else as
Is
well.
Alexandria still with us?
Yeah, Alex.
Oh, okay.
Walking up with you.
I didn't. So stealth. I didn't see you there. But a wee lass.
All right, get in a circle. And when both of you are walking down, he sort of like shoves your shoulder with his. He's lower. He's shorter. Wait, how tall are you? You're not as big as like the biggest Goliaths,
No,
are you?
no.
Yeah, never mind.
Can we play beat it?
He's. I told you, don't you ever. They tie your hands together. You're just knifing each other.
I'm like 6'2".
Yeah, he's a you guys are almost even height going in there, and he sort of like shoves your shoulder as he walks past you and throws his arms up as
Can he
all
make-
of the rest of the
Can he make a
tribesmen go.
strength check?
"Oh!" Can he make a strength
Yeah,
check?
opposing to my strength check to see if my shoulder moves.
No.
That's not fair.
These are bodies. You are not a stone wall.
I
He
could
just-
be a
he
stone
brushes
wall, damn
that.
it! He could like. I want that to happen, damn it! Roll an opposing strength check.
He doesn't like shove the shit out of you onto the ground. He just like nudges your shoulder.
Yeah, I
a
don't
little
want
bit
it to be
aggressively.
nudged at all.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's
He's-
bullshit. This is wow.
A strength check isn't going to be the
Insane.
difference between him bouncing off of your body and like.
I
going
don't
down
want
the
to move.
Okay.
He's the indomitable, but I'm unstoppable.
So yeah, he throws his arms up, walks about halfway into the circle, turns around, and then just sort of bows to you while grabbing one of his blades from one side, puts it or throws it into the air, grabs the other one, throws it, and brings it down to his side, and starts sort of like growling at you as you hear like hoo, 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 hoo. There's like all of the tribesmen, like some like one even just sort of like you see this nasty loogie like spit down on the ground right in front of you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I actually spit in front of the bigger guy. The chieftain.
Probably shouldn't do that.
He's fighting you, not me.
One large hand comes underneath your chin and just tries to shut it with his hand as one of the tribesmen goes, "You respect this duel here, you got me. This is our turf. Our spit belongs in there, no one else's. Others' blood can fall on the ground. That's it." Okay. All right.
And as I'm desheathing my axe and walking into the circle, as soon as I make have my second foot enter the circle, you just see lightning start to trickle off my body,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna rage as soon as I step into the circle.
Okay, yeah, as his heels leave the ground, these just small strands are still connecting and sort of like spidering outwards slowly. It's not much, but you can definitely see this essence as you hear the sort of like bassy come from her check, the strands start to elongate and sort of course around his body, similar to kind of like a Super Saiyan, but like 1,000 times cooler and more original.
Speak my language, I see.
And my hair gets glowing.
Okay, so go ahead and roll initiative. Her check.
Ooh, 16.
As a flock of birds just sort of fly over the sky. 15?
No, 16.
16? You go first.
Good. Wasting no time. I'm charging at him. Full bull's rush to make 2 reckless attacks on him. 16 for the first hit.
16 misses.
Whoa.
Natural 19 for the second one.
Hits him.
I take 6, 7, 18 points of damage.
He
And then
takes 18.
18, and then roll a dexterity saving throw.
He as your first axe comes down, he sort of deftly steps to the side before you arc it to the side, cleaving a piece of his oblique off, and in the trace
Nice.
of the blade swipe, the lightning comes coursing behind it, and he just steps out of the way, just like barely singeing his armor and on his chest. He rolled natural
Eddie.
20, so
Yeah, I figured.
Good. Would you like some tea?
I would.
what was
love
how
some
much was the
tea.
first damage?
18.
And what is your health?
My health right now, as
Yeah.
it stands right now, you don't need to know that.
Tell me your health.
You're 60.
60?
60. That's with the plus 10. A bonus health.
Okay. Okay, yeah, cleaving a piece of him off, he goes and he makes 2 sort of like twists his 2 blades out to the side and attacks you twice as well. What's your armor class?
16.
Three. Oh, miss. One misses, the other hits. As you use the blade of the handle of your axe to just sort of like catch one and throw it to the side, another one comes right under and slashes underneath your armpit.
Under the armpit. Ouch.
blood squirting across your face. Squeers.
Squirt, 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 squirtle.
And you take 10 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
Is that reduced?
A free hit.
Oh, yeah, reduced to 5.
Nice.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. My turn?
Yeah.
All right.
You don't
Same
use
old dang old
healing
thing-a-dang dang old.
stealthily, could you?
Perhaps. I was thinking that. I was
22 for the
thinking
first hit?
Just that.
Maybe have some
Hits for sure.
Cast a spell. Bruce Carr.
17 for the second hit?
Just hits.
Nice.
So yeah, both make it.
11 for the first one, and then 14 for the second one,
Okay, he
and then dexterity saving throw.
made his dexterity saving throw.
So he takes 5 points.
What was the total damage before?
26,
26 points of
11,
damage.
14, 25,
25 plus 5.
plus 5.
Oh, 30. Nice.
That's very nice. Jesus.
Okay, so being in a bad position, he can't help. He can only sort of like fit his forearm in the way before you just like slash right into his forearm. He sort of like brings it down before you take the opportunity to slam your axe again into his like rip it out right into his shoulder, blood sort of like streaming down. But he still looks sort of confident, and you can see some of the blood just stops flowing. Yeah, he's some of the wounds, it looks like, are already beginning to just sort of like heal over.
Heal over.
So you're a fucking troll?
Can I
actually-
can I do an investigation check? Investigation check to see if there's someone in the crowd casting healing on him.
Sure, go for it.
That's a good call. I was going to do the same thing.
Oh,
Oh, 20!
Natural 20?
Yes.
Natural 20. He wins.
Do you have any? You don't see any of the tribes. They're all sort of like zealously cheering for their leader. All their attention is on the fight rather than like
a little bit of this.
exactly. So you've lined up the numbers that Landon told you, and you're like, okay, that's about all of them. Don't see anything. They're all pretty into this, and you couldn't find anything. But do you have anything in your history where you know about more races and
Yeah,
the
I know a lot of
species of the world?
know a lot about orcs. Because my home was just decimated by orcs, I learned a lot of the orc physiology and psychology. Also dwarves, when I spent time with the dwarves and got their ring, found the ring of regeneration. I spent a lot of time with them. Aside from those two, a little bit of this and that from the great libraries. Nothing too much.
You can see that his wounds are healing on their own, and that he himself looks to be a mixture of human and something else, whereas everybody else seems to be more along the human or like very standard variation. Yeah, but
okay.
he looks like he's got some sort of kind of beast in his blood.
Well, then
Okay.
I roll an investigation check to see if I can identify if the bestiality within him is familiar.
Before you do that, I say, I don't think he's all human. There's beast in his blood.
And we'll do another round first.
Oi,
He
do a round of pissing.
he's going to attack you 2 more times. Round of pissin', yeah. Both hit.
Boo. Boo!
Boo that man. 19 points of slashing damage
Reduced to...
as he takes both of his blades together and just slices across your chest. Reduced to 9. Slices across your chest. You are up.
All right. We're hitting him back at it with the double Recalos. Natural 19 and a 17.
Okay.
And natural 20. Natural 20, baby! I'm chopping his right arm off!
Goddamn.
11, 15, 16, 17 for the first one.
Okay.
Write that down. 17, 7, 8, 9, 18 for the second one.
Okay.
And then roll a dexterity.
I'm gonna. No.
What does he have to beat for your dexterity?
15.
15?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. That's what we've always had it as.
That's level 5.
Features. Storm aura. It doesn't say. In my feats and traits, would it be under my spells?
Attacks or spells, probably.
It's not in attacks. It's not in spells. Just says storm aura.
That's fine. He
I'm-
fails.
I'm fairly sure it was 15.
He got a 14. 15 is just for level 5. It's a high DC for anybody to have.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where I would find it. Skills?
That's okay. Don't worry about it. He fails. So your first damage is 15,
17,
17,
18, and then a 6.
a 6.
Yeah, for the lightning damage.
Okay, so 24, but
I want to get some runes.
it's 24 including your critical damage.
Let me
Yeah.
braid it.
18 was the critical. So rolled a 3 for the critical, which plus
Shape it.
4,
Oh, okay.
plus rage, and then double.
Commit to the look.
Okay, and then
What?
what was your other damage that you did?
17.
What?
So 17,
Okay,
18 for the
You
critical,
must.
My
6
hair,
for the
my
lightning.
hair.
so it's 17 plus 18 plus 6.
Yes.
Okay. Let's switch over to you guys.
Ha! Ha ha! Ha!
So it's
Did he
8
just
plus
die?
your proficiency bonus plus your constitution modifier.
Switch over to you guys. As you're seeing this battle go on, it seems like Herchek has the upper hand here.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah.
Last I checked.
Yeah, I still.
But the other guy's like disposition is still pretty confident, even though he's seemed like getting hacked to pieces.
He looks
It's 8 plus your
animalistic, so
proficiency
I
bonus plus your
investigate
constitution modifier.
his kind of being and compare it to just all the nature I've been around in my life.
Okay, roll a nature check.
Ooh.
He most certainly has
It's,
troll blood in
8
him.
plus your
And
Oh.
what
proficiency
you know of
plus your
trolls is
constitution
that they
modifier.
do they have pretty
Yeah,
great
high
regenerative abilities,
regeneration,
and they're also weak to fire and acid.
13.
13? Oh, is the DC?
Yeah, for
What did you
level
learn?
So he makes
What did you learn?
that. So we would reduce by 3
All
points.
right,
Congrats.
Here's what I'm thinking.
They have a cave troll.
They have a cave troll.
They have a cave troll. Here's what I'm thinking. You try to disable his healing regeneration while I keep our boy healthy stealthily.
Mm.
You're gonna ruin all of it. You're gonna ruin all of it if you do this.
I'll think it over. Let's see how the fight plays out.
Yeah, as you guys sort of like look back to the fight from your huddle, you just see Herchek fucking murk.
Yeah, I'm cutting off his right arm.
So
Is he a righter or lefty?
So I want you to know that, or I want you to have in your mind that again, do what Herchek wants to do, but this is you're supposed to be getting this clan on your side.
Roll back the tape. Didn't he say if somebody were to
He
die?
did, but I'm just saying, like you in your mind, you can. This is his fate is in your hands.
All right, with a
But
nat-
literally do what Herchek would do. That's what I'm saying. But know that if this information of being more why can't I think of diplomatic than barbaric
We want all able-bodied
All right,
fighters to
with
fight
a
with
natural
us.
20
all
then,
able-bodied
yeah,
fighters to fight
I
with
will-
us.
You
with all that damage done, my last swing will be to stop right here.
your first swing, as his arms are left up in the air from his previous attack, goes to his shins, and you just cleave a huge chunk and actually crack part of his shins to where he goes down on the ground, sort of shoulders sagging, long swords to his side, and for the first time you see this look of oh shit,
And then a lightning
as
arc. Just
yeah, trailing behind your axe as the tip is just barely touching his skin, and everybody is silent. Like you couldn't even tell. It takes you about a second through the blood rage to see that everybody is quiet, and you guys just look over and see Herchek's axe like right in the forehead of Arga.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice.
That was
I
pretty
do
good.
a
That was
light
pretty
slap
good.
to
A
the
Pretty
great
good. Yeah,
asset to the team,
pretty good. Pretty good.
but he got buffed quite a
No,
bit. So
you know what? Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'll take a look. At it.
You earned our respect this day. You're strong, son. I'd love to fight by you, especially up against Arentius. I've never been good with names.
Same. And I remove the axe and I hold out my hand to help him up.
He tries to get up, but just like stumbles a little bit, but still like through the pain.
Yeah.
As you can see the bone start to sort of like stitch
Ah,
itself back
okay.
together and,
I
and
like-
sort of like heal a little bit, and he's
Bones
like,
just-
"Ugh." All right, boys and gals, we're committing ourselves to the cause of the step. And he looks towards, I guess right now he's just looking at you. Doesn't even give a shit about any of his comrades.
Yeah, he's fine.
You got our blades. Just let us know where to meet, and we'll be there.
Well met. I walk back to my party.
Hey, good job.
Yeah, you're
Great
getting
job.
like slapped on the back from the others.
Good game.
Like, you're
Slap
being
him on the ass.
invited to like hunts and like one of
I
some of the younger
will
kids
like
are
to
like, oh,
take
we
this
know this
time
frost giant that.
to tell my wolf companion to run as far as he can for the next 20 hours.
What the fuck?
It's gonna wear off in like 10 hours. This.
There you go. Well, we'll be.
Okay, he's just like, what is my life? As he's running off into the distance. Balto in that schnitzel.
I need him not anymore.
Okay. Yeah, you another clan underneath your belt. Who knows how the others fared? And Landon goes, "Oh, you know, I was right to hire you. Why didn't I?" He actually just finds you by yourself. He's trying to whisper, and he's like, "You know, you're like, all I needed was you this whole time. These guys are quite barbaric, but you and I could go far."
And I bring out that tongue that I was eating earlier. Like,
All right, well,
Yeah,
you know, just
yeah.
I'll fill your pockets with gold. You just will keep the relationship like it is, you know.
Can I try and see where the divination rod is on Landon right now?
Yeah. It's like you can see the like he's wearing a cloak right now, and you can see the sort of bulge from where the top is sticking up from
oh yeah.
being kept
Bulge.
like
Wipe that
behind
bulge.
his back on the small of his back.
That's not where that bulge belongs.
I was back. I'd like to go up and be like, hey, oh. Yeah, I'd like to ask, like, hey, could I see your divination rod for a second? These barbarians want to see something cool. I'm going to show them some tricks.
Roll a deception check at disadvantage.
It's like the worst.
Anything
Yeah,
to
I
do
don't care.
with
I just want to see him pull it up. Disadvantage.
That's cocked. That is clearly
Well,
cocked.
it could be
on a
less
12.
Than a 12 then, yeah. Yeah, see that less than a 12.
You got chances. I don't like them. It was cocked though. 9 was. Do you have any addition to that?
for deception?
Yeah, probably not enough.
No,
but-
I was trying to persuade him, but yeah.
But you're straight up lying to him. You're not going to do tricks. You are
I
you are
am going to
trying
do
to
tricks.
deceive him
I am going to do tricks
for
with it.
sure.
I am going to do tricks with it. I never said I
It's
wasn't going to do
false.
tricks with it.
But you know you're into anyway. He's no. I think I've had quite a bit of bad luck losing this in the past. I think I'll keep it on my persons.
Could you do some tricks?
Parkinson's.
Maybe.
I know a thing or two. This thing.
Go show the women and children. We have a discussion.
No, I don't think so. Even they scare me. I say we be off.
Okay.
Unite another clan, you know. Our work here is done.
You could just stay here and talk to them for a little bit. And we'll be off.
I cast Cure Wounds
It's a great spell.
on her check.
Such a good spell.
So good.
So good.
Sorry, I didn't even take like any damage. Puss cake.
It's okay. It's okay. Is that a tear? I know you're crying a little bit. It's okay. It's okay.
Must be that armor class.
So, I guess the Thunder Tusk clan is up next. They're probably the ones we got to worry about the most.
Thunder Tusk.
I
Whatever
thought it
happened to
was
the
blood
Braids?
braids.
Oh, shite, you're right. No, the blood braids are, you sent
No, the blood
those
cairns.
poor bastards.
The proud
Oh,
cairns.
for the wraith. Yeah.
You sent those poor bastards their way.
Thunder Tusk
We
We
can
can
it
go
is.
support them, maybe.
No. Thunder Tusk it is.
Thunder Tusk it is.
Yeah, can I go talk to Argod and be like, Argod, we're trying, like I said before, we're trying to find the clans. Can you point us in the right direction for the Thundertusk clan? And any information that you could give on that clan would be great.
Even we don't go messing around with the Thunder Tusks.
Weirdos.
Quite weirdos. I used to think they were into bestiality, but they just,
That's what I heard.
yeah, they'll
I
never
think
get
I'll
off
along
their,
with him.
their big ass.
They're high horses.
They got some monsters that they ride, some furry beasts with some big ass teeth. They'll never get off them though. It's but I hear they're quite prone to infighting. Might even be a little bit of a scuttle going on right now, but well.
And could you point us in the direction that we may find them?
Them mountains over there.
That point, those? Over
Yeah.
there?
He points to the mountains that are actually in the same region as the Bleakwood Stronghold. But they're when the land starts turning into glaciers, all you need to do is keep your ears open for the sound of thunder.
That doesn't sound safe at all.
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Maybe I'll get to ride me a mammoth into battle.
I'll talk to their leader about it. I got you.
God, I surely appreciate that.
You guys ready to head out then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Aye.
Give him one final goodbye. Give him a shake on the wrist and head out. No, the whole like, "Ah!"
Shake
Yeah,
my
I
wrist.
shake his wrist and I shake it. Yep.
Oh,
Well, it's
wobbly.
kind of odd.
But if you want to do
No,
it,
yeah,
it's
he does the
fine.
same thing. The manly nods his head, looks at you, winks,
Affirmation.
slides his hand
Most-
farther.
Until battle brings us together.
I like the sound of that. Okay, off back into the steppe, exiting the tall stones.
20 minutes. That's all it took.
Easy peasy. You know, a more foolish part of me actually thought that maybe we'd get all the clans united in the first session.
Wow, really? Holy
Wow.
shit.
As I said, the more foolish part of me.
Lucky if we get them all tonight.
Okay, so it's about a 2-day journey to get there. Landon says this as well. Landon knows because this tribe is less nomadic. He knows he can guide you more assuredly across the cold lands of the steppe. The first night that you guys camp goes by peacefully.
What type of terrain are
Goes
we in?
by
What
peacefully.
type of terrain are we in?
Steppe, like it's for the most part
Then
flat
I assume we
lands
take a
with
long rest during
with
that camp.
short or with sort of like not so many trees and brushes, like
For the whole
Somewhat.
for all the tribes, like every tribe's area is like the
So
same
like
on
the
those?
main, the core of the land is this sort of like if you are standing out in the open, you can see like super far without any sort of like defining feature blocking the way. But you can tell that these clans are living on almost like the perimeter in different areas. Like one clan was by a river down in a valley. Another um, the Frostrune clan was in sort of like this collection of rocks, and they navigate. And then the Thunder Tusks are in the sort of like rising mountainous glacial area.
So it's colder here.
It is colder here. It's supposed to be getting warmer during this time of the year, but you're still in the sort of transitioning phase where the ground crunches from being sort of like frozen a little bit before you break the barrier of ice.
Do I know of any type of animal that would be around here? Nah.
Well, you just encountered wolves. You saw the birds fly overhead.
Any animals with big tusks?
With big tusks. Go ahead and roll a nature check.
Yep, 5.
5?
It was cocked.
Was cocked.
Oh, we'll re-roll it if it was cocked.
But it was such a little cock.
You're a little
Such a
cock.
little cock. That's never mattered before.
It's how you read it
11, so
is
that's
what matters.
That's a
It
12.
depends on the DC.
A 12?
Yeah.
You know that saber-tooths are in this area, and there have been rumors of mammoths, and Argot even said mammoth. So
Try to search for either one of those for like just real quickly for the night before we turn to bed.
sure, roll an investigation check.
Ooh. 14.
14. You don't find any signs of mammoths. That'd be very obvious with deep footprints. You do find carcasses a bit more ripped apart than what you encountered with the wolves. Just like in terms, like the bite marks are much larger. It's more of a dirty sort of bite where it's like you can imagine larger fangs are just like shredding this thing. It's a bit more messy. But yeah, you don't actually find any of the what you're looking for.
I want to see if the tracks are leading in the direction we're heading, or like around the direction we're heading, I guess. Okay, then
Yeah.
I'll turn in for that night and be like, I'll keep tracking it until I find it, or try and find it while we're on our way.
Okay. The night goes by peacefully. You guys wake up early again. Landon surprisingly is pretty put together. He's getting up earlier than you guys, putting his things in his bag, and is almost waiting for you guys to rise as he's sort of just like playing his flute peacefully, looking out across the steppe. You guys continue the journey. This time it's at about midday. You can see. You can feel the air get colder as it rides the glacier down into the steppe, and the ground gets icier. So ascending into the mountainous glacial territory, you hear what sounds like the muffled crash of thunder. The further you trek up the mountain, the more visceral this sound becomes, to the point where you can even sort of feel it reverberate into or through your bones from the ground beneath your feet. Soon you are very sure that you are upon the source of the sound. It's almost impossible to miss as you arc over the nearest ledge, and you see in this fog-ridden lake, frozen over, what looks to be 3 saber-toothed tigers and
Ooh.
1 mammoth. No! Get... You're not going to do that again.
Immediately jumped away like, ah!
Me.
Impressive.
I just don't like that. She needs to learn not to claw things, man. Especially not this chair.
This is a nice chair.
Expensive ass chair.
You should kill her.
Should
That'll
work.
make you feel better.
Like your
It would make
pelt will
me
line
feel
this
better.
Oh,
chair.
you like cats, so
I
you're
love
being
cats.
facetious. If he said that, I would believe him.
I'm being shishy.
I appreciate.
Listen, I'll take a bullet for Gannon. Midna,
all-
I'll put her
what-
in front of
What
him.
do you think about that?
No,
Would you?
Not for Gannon. Not for Gannon.
Never take.
Be like,
never.
oh, you're dying? Pet me, please.
Yeah, he would take absolutely nothing but pets for you. Okay, so yeah, you arcing over, you sort of like there's this ledge with a switchback that leads down to the frozen lake, and you can see in the center of this frozen lake, this mammoth is being assailed by these 3 saber-toothed tigers. One jumps, leaps at the mammoth's face, but the mammoth sort of like sweeps it up and catches it in the in its one large tusk. Before a rider on top you see appear through the fog and pierce the saber-toothed tiger in his eye with his spear and sort of pulls it back, and the mammoth sort of throws the saber-tooth off. The other 2 saber-tooths are dancing around, and the mammoth just jumps up and pounces one down on the ground.
Can I shoot the tigers? Can I shoot the
There is one more tiger left that jumps up and sort of claws across claws across the ear, just like almost like ripping its claws down the flesh of the ear. Is Midna eating the?
Yep, she's eating it.
She had it
She's
caught in her
going
mouth.
insane. She's going insane.
Can I try and shoot the saber-tooths, 2 of them?
No.
They're about 120
I can
feet
still
away.
hit them.
If you have that,
Oh, that's a
very
good for a
individual.
moonbeam.
But no,
Okay.
I'm not gonna moonbeam.
Okay, yeah, and you see this this leader, and you sort of see like this small collection of tents behind this leader. No other mammoths around. Some people are, you can just barely make out through the mist on the lake, are just like huddled together. Go ahead and make an attack.
I'm gonna try and shoot the closest. But why wouldn't I?
There's
kill
only
them?
one. There's only one more saber-tooth that's moving.
I'll just shoot-
That's aggressive, and he just made a pretty hefty blow on the
I'll
mammoth.
shoot the saber-tooth then.
Okay.
Twice. Let's see, so first one is
It's not going out that way.
16, 17, 22 for the first one,
Wow. Yeah.
and then
Hits boy.
an 11 for the second one.
Hot spa. An 11 for the second one?
Yeah.
Misses.
So the first one hits. All right, I will give him a 1d8 plus 3. Is he missing any health?
Is he missing any health?
Yeah.
A little bit. You can
So,
see
yeah.
some sort of like blood in its limping.
So I have a thing called Colossus Slayer. If he's missing any health, he takes an extra. I can give him an extra 1d8, I think, damage.
Okay. Does the Colossus Slayer have any stipulation on,
Yes, he has to be missing. He has to be below his maximum hit points.
What?
outside of that? Like any?
No, it's just once per turn when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can the creature takes an extra 1d8 damage if it's below its maximum HP.
is what?
It's top HP.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll for it.
So that's 2d8 plus 3 then. So that is. So that is 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Fruity book.
Okay. As arrows get arrows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. So one clatters on the ice floor. The other sort of pierces the shoulder of the saber-toothed tiger. It's still sort of like it's momentarily distracted by you before it continues to lash after the mammoth. And it's just mammoths. The saber-tooth is now just like dancing in and out of the mammoth's feet. The mammoth is trying to gain purchase on it, but it's almost at like a standstill at this point. You guys doing anything?
I guess I'll fire 2 more arrows if nobody else is doing anything.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make 2
We're
attacks.
going. I mean, if we're going after the mammoth, I will.
Oh, but the mammoth has a rider on it.
You're going after the Sabertooth, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, I can make a. I'll make a moonbeam.
The moonbeam would be dangerous because the saber tooth is like weaving in and out
Oh,
of the
you're
mammoth's
right.
legs.
Thank you for calling that out. I'm gonna stand here.
Perfect. Roll it to
A
stand.
stand check.
Stand check.
I'll
Natural
cast
20.
I'll cast spiritual
No.
I'll cast spiritual weapon on
It
the
was
Sabertooth.
almost.
It can go 120 feet away.
So 3.
Oh, we're still 120? Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't.
So the first one's a 17, and the next one is a
She's the dice
15.
roller.
So 17 and 15.
Both hit.
Alright. So D8 and D8.
So what you do is you put the dice in her and you shake her and then you poop it out and that's your roll.
So will this count as another turn, or is this the same turn?
It's got another. They just did their
Oh, then
sort of
I'm doing
exchange.
Colossus Slayer again. Yes.
Okay.
So you have D8.
I do have a D8. Would you like to use this D8?
Yes, I would, please.
And here is the D8.
Why don't you just ask him out on a date? Why don't you?
So that is
6 and a 2 or 7. Is that a 7 or 2?
7, 6, and 2. So that's 8. 17
17 points of damage.
plus 3.
20.
So 20, yeah. Or do I do with the plus 3 twice since it was 2 attacks?
Yeah.
So then 23 that means? Yeah.
Okay,
It's not
so yeah, the saber-tooth tiger is sort of like jumping in and out of the mammoth's legs, slashing at its legs before it sort of jumps out and tries to leap at the rider, and one arrow goes underneath into its oblique, and the other arrow just goes right through the ear, and the saber-tooth mid-jump sort of goes completely dead, ragdoll, slides across the back of the mammoth, leaving a trail of blood before slapping down on the ground. And
Nice job.
Well,
I guess thank you. I put my swords away and I hover behind you guys. Just not you, Midna.
Urchak, why don't you go say hello in that brutish way of yours?
For the mammoth?
No, to the rider on the mammoth.
If you'd
Oh,
like.
there's a rider on the mammoth.
There's a rider on the mammoth. I think Alex was trying to make a gesture of good faith to kill the saber-tooth, but the rider, you go say hello.
Oh, I should go kill the rider.
No.
Well, I'd also been hunting this.
Well,
damage,
if the rider attacks you, then you can kill the rider.
We will take
but-
the mammoth.
You should try to talk to the rider because it may be a Thunder Tusk scout.
I'll walk over.
I'd like to walk up with him and just to inspect the.
And the mammoth rider is looking in your guys' direction and just guides the mammoth to wave its like rear its head up in one direction. Sorry, Midna, we cannot take the chance of you deleting everything. There's a laptop down here. Not being entirely unreasonable, but yeah. So the mammoth's head arcs up in one direction and just wafts a huge portion of the fog away, revealing both with clarity the rider and the mammoth, or sorry, the mammoth and the rider on top. The rider's this old, grizzled, like bearded. Imagine like Duragar arms, just like the muscly, strenuous, but clearly of a higher age on top. As you guys are approaching 30 feet away, and he's just standing there, looking at you, looking sort of like proud, waiting for you to approach him.
Can I approach one of the saber-tooths? Saber-tooth?
Sure.
Can I grab
Saber-tooth?
Can I grab it by its fang? Its enlarged fang.
Sure.
I snap it off.
You should probably ask whose kill that was. I mean, I think it might have been his.
Or
I
yours.
don't- we only did. We only did one of the. Of
Yeah,
these
I went to
three.
the one that you shot with arrows.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Who approaches the thunder tusks?
What do you guys call yourselves?
The Sims of Tar.
We're the Sims of Tars, obviously. Ooh.
Orin's obliterate in the Sims of Tar.
Orin's obliterate in the Sims of Tar.
Yes.
Confusing name.
We seek counsel with your chief in order to
Aye.
unite the tribes?
That be me.
Oh, well.
Oh,
Here we
that
are.
made our job very easy.
We did it.
We just came
Let's
from
go on.
Argot the Indomitable in the Frost
You
Rune
were having a
clan.
mighty duel with those saber-tooths. I've been tracking a few for days now. I've been wondering if they're the same ones.
Oh, and he also has he has tusks as like a almost like a helmet, like built into his leather sort of cap. He's got large tusks.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
And yeah, you can see there's only a few individuals behind him in tents. What did you just say?
You just had a grand duel with those saber-tooths there, and I'm wondering if they're the same ones that I've been tracking for the past few days.
Probably. Are they yours? Did you guide them to our village?
No, we've been hunting. I've been hunting them. I saw tracks on the way here, so I thought I might have a little fun.
Thank you for the assist.
You look like you didn't need it, so you're welcome.
Wild Tooth here's a bit tired of fighting. And you can see that Wild Tooth has like one eye is not a fresh wound, but a pretty old one of scratches all the way across. Like you can see the blood dripping down the mangled ear, lots of scars across its body. Looks like it's been through quite a bit. And he says, "So the sabers are dead. 2 are mine.
Yes.
You can have 1. Is our business
Thank
done
you.
here?"
No.
I go over the other saber-tooth and I skin that saber-tooth. The one that I
Just
shot.
walk away mid-conversation.
Oh, no, he's like, I was
Kerchak
like,
also.
I was like, Kerchak, here, you know the business, and I'll go over to the saber-tooth that I shot. And after he ripped the tusks out.
I'll
I'm just
go over
gonna,
to him
do everything.
and I'll say, our business isn't done here
What are you doing, Midna?
because we need to discuss the large battle
What
to
are you
come
doing?
with Lord Arentius and his oppressive reign coming down upon these lands. And I try to cure or invigorate his
Mammoth.
mammoth steed.
The mammoth just. Don't touch Wild Tooth.
Oh.
His pain reminds him of the enemies he's slain.
All right, that too. That's a thing. Okay, sounds good.
I have an all-natural salad here if he wants it.
No.
Very well.
Anyway,
We'll deal with our own wounds. Arentius has plagued this steppe, I agree. But we are not fit to provide support yet, as we ourselves are split. I am Ubuka, our other leader, or the other leader of our clan, tried to usurp me. And we have since split. I fear if we tried to go, they would cut us all down, as we've only Wild Tooth here as our supply of mammoth.
where are they taking refuge then? We should seek them out.
Batu's got the rest of the mammoths in the hunting grounds where you'll be able to find him. You may slay Batu, as I do not think that he would talk with you. If you can manage to convince him, that would be something else entirely, as we would not allow him to come back to us. I imagine that would just complicate things.
What caused your tribe to split?
He got ambitious. He
And
got greedy.
I guess I'm hearing this as I'm skinning the saber-tooth and doing all that business with him, like popping little teeth out.
You're really into
Things like
skinning.
that.
He's been
But
going after
I want
pelts.
to be like, so do you have anything we could use to convince the other tribe after we kill him that we have your favor or your word or
You do.
because if we killed him and they think we just came in and killed him, that would be kind of odd.
I'm sorry, can we please just keep Midna out of this? Or was that Ganon?
That was Midna.
It is so baffling. Like, it really does seem like cats have this sixth sense of, like, inconvenience.
Oh yeah,
They just know.
that's what makes them great.
You're focused on this thing? No, me.
Reassess your
Oh yeah. How good was I? Was my skinning and my skinning and things?
Do you roll a nature check?
No, I haven't rolled a nature check.
Actually,
I'm trying to get like its pelt and all of its the rest of its teeth. I guess that her check didn't have. Maybe its eyes.
Okay.
You want some teeth, eh? Looking to get some teeth, lad.
Nah.
I need to get some
2
teeth.
Plus, wow, that's a
I need all these
It's one of those,
teeth.
you know, when you're like peeling a sticker off of something that you just bought, and there's like the time where you're like, it's real sensitive. You're trying to peel it off perfectly so it doesn't leave any sort of like residue on it, but then it just rips too early, and then the whole thing is ruined, and it just becomes a lot more work. Well, that exact same thing happened with the pelt of the saber tooth.
You know, Alex, we can go to a town and we can just buy teeth. Like they send people to do this work for them.
So what did I get out of this thing?
You got one molar.
One molar? I didn't get
One
any,
of the saber tooth molar. You rolled a 2.
I didn't
No.
get any like shards
It
of
might
pelt
be
or
because
anything?
this saber tooth among all of them was like, you start to notice the more you dig into it that it's like the Cretan version of it, like it was born kind of funky.
Well, like did I get any like strands of like pelt or anything like that? Did I have to,
It was
like,
just
full-
the pelts were coated with blood to the point where it
doesn't
was
matter.
like
Doesn't matter.
it was unsalvageable.
What do you mean unsalvaged? I can't wash it.
No, not really.
I don't care.
The
if the
blood stuck it to the frozen lake, and it's just. Look, you rolled a 2.
I know,
You must deal
No,
with it.
I don't want full pieces. I just want like
You got a
strings of
molar.
strands.
You got a molar.
Fine then. I take the one molar and I throw it to the side. Like,
Like I said, Alex, we could go to the market where they have all the things,
I think you're good.
and you could.
have you grown up in the woods? Do you know the saying in the woods?
Yeah, it's 4K.
What's the saying in the
so
woods?
My clan has a saying:
I can
"Prosper and
edit it
Peter."
after the
What's the saying? Huh?
Prosper and endure. And
What
you
a-
have to fend for yourself. You don't buy things from
Is that
merchants. You
Is-
make them yourself. You find it. You slay it. You make it yourself. You live off the land.
why you just threw a molar to the side of the
Is
sun?
this your
Yes.
first time outside of your clan?
It's my first time outside of my well,
It's
not
his-
my
it's his-
areas, but in this wilderness, yes. I've
It's our
never been
first
to a
time
step.
outside.
I've never been to a
That's
step.
kinda what that seems like, yeah.
I've never been to a
You
step.
botched
so-
all your attempts so far.
I'm
Hey,
not
practice
used
makes
to these.
perfect.
I'm
I
not
believe
used
in
to
you.
these type of creatures, okay? I'm used
Practice
to
makes
fish.
better
The
man.
good thing is you're in good company.
I'm used
Death
to
comes.
fish. I'm
Death
used to,
comes
to,
your
to,
way.
to, to
Russian.
fishing, okay? Goodness.
Who are we talking to?
Landon is with you guys.
Ah, Landon, that fucking guy.
Okay,
I
so
stay far away from cities usually.
yeah, the leader has exclaimed that Batu, his rival, has taken
Right.
the rest of the mammoths and gone out into the hunting grounds where
The
you'll
power-hungry Batu.
Yes.
So, do you have anything that that the rest of your clan will recognize? That's from you. That we have your blessing to kill him instead of just randomly walking in and killing somebody and then saying, "Hey, we did it for the other leader."
Ubuka.
Okanku.
They'll be like, "Really? You did it? You did that? Dead."
You think well, and I like that. Take this, and he like takes out one of the mammoth tusks and from his helmet
Crown,
thing
yeah,
and throws it down to you.
Like, okay.
And you can see that it does have like some runes inscribed on the
Mhm.
base of it.
I would like to
They'll
investigate these runes.
So we present that to Baku as a gesture. of goodwill?
Very nice runes.
I
you
mean,
like
you might be able to trick him that you killed me, if that'll work. Keep going.
Do you have any? Can you get some of what's his name? One Eye, your mammoth.
Tusk.
No,
Something.
you don't get any of.
No, you can just take your hand, wipe some blood, wipe it on the horn, so it looks like we killed you. Because it's not gonna be a fully perfect horn if we killed you.
It's already bleeding.
The blood from your hands is plenty to cover it.
Oh.
There you go. Oh, well, they did it. Let's go home.
Well then.
Don't give up your day job.
Don't you either.
why don't we give that to her check, and he walks over to Baku instead of
Mhm.
you.
The old meat shield tactic.
When did I say I was going to do it myself? I just put the blood on it.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
Can you point us in the direction of the hunting grounds?
Points to his right, where it's almost like a quarry, where it's like the cliff face arcs around and then
Mhm.
continues across the other side, and so there's just like to one side there's just a cliff, and then to the other side the lake stretches far off into the mist.
All
So are
right.
they below the cliff?
Shall we then?
No, they were below the cliff.
So it's like we're looking down at them right now.
No, you were looking down, but you did say that you approached. There was a switchback.
What do you mean? Like I mean, like I know, like they live down here. These guys live up here. So we approach the cliff. Is that that's what I'm thinking right now? That's what I'm thinking.
No, you are on the glacier pretty much right now. You were on the cliff. You approached via the cliff. They were down on the glacier in the mist.
Oh, okay. So then
That's where you
we
fired
went-
your bow.
Okay, okay. Then we went down. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and so he points just in the direction of the mist. That is where our hunting grounds be.
Mm.
Follow the thunder.
Shall we be on our way?
Pip, pip, there you go.
Let's do it. We shall.
Very nice to meet you.
Are you going to be here when we get back?
Why would we move?
Simple question.
Simple answer.
Thank you. Moving on.
That was not an answer. That was a question.
You know, we should really check on the proud Karens and how they dealt with the blood, the red.
We are still in the Tuscan.
Yeah, yeah. You know, at some point we should check on them after this.
What
After
do you
this.
mean? We took care of it.
How do you know? I guess as we're, have we already, have we already
I
walked?
can roll all that dice too.
Have we already walked away from?
Speaking
the-
of-
I can roll my dice too. Yeah, I mean that's up to you guys.
have
Yeah,
we
he
already
points
walked
the
away
opposite
from?
direction.
Yeah,
He
well,
he
Yeah.
slowly turns his mammoth
Let's head to
around
the
and
hunting
starts
ground.
I guess we've already walked away. So it's
We're
too late to
walked
ask.
away.
What are you gonna ask?
Just how if he knows anything about the blood braids and their demeanor towards
Ask
other
that later.
tribes.
Yeah, you have an opportunity to ask when.
Just gotta earn his trust.
Let's head to the hunting grounds.
Landon actually goes, Sir Ibuka, Sir Ibuka, can I stay with you guys?
Oh my
Landon,
god.
Landon, Landon,
I swear to God, Landon.
Landon,
He's
Landon.
got a bit.
I swear to all the
Landon.
owl bells in the circle
Landon,
of
do
the
you
moon.
want to live?
Of course, I want to live.
You're not acting like it.
By taking every possible opportunity to preserve my life.
I don't
that's-
think you're making. I think you're under stress, and I think you're making rash decisions,
Under
and
duress.
you really shouldn't be.
Do you think these people are gonna help
So you're telling me you'd rather walk away in the snow with this blood-covered mammoth versus us?
Who have already conquered two of the tribes.
And you're walking towards a tribe that just conquered this one.
Yeah, but we just went to another tribe that was
Raids.
just as equally.
The blood braids. Who, what else do we need to do to prove that we can handle it?
If you get hurt,
Roll a persuasion check or roll it at advantage. Either one of you, or both of you. No, one should roll.
oh, okay.
Do you need me to add charisma?
No, you're right. You're right. I hired you for a reason. I should have faith in those that I thought enough to give my hard-earned money to.
All right, let's be on
All right,
our
let's
way.
go. Come on.
Okay.
Plus, we could use the meat shield.
Could you dance? That's not funny.
Just
Could-
kidding.
could-
I would never do that. I would never do
Could
that.
you
I'm a
dance
You
healer.
got a
Finger-
meat shield over here.
Could you dance your fingers across my flesh like you did her chick?
Touch your
Give me-
flesh.
could- He looked pretty sturdy after you did that to him.
Well, when we get to a more pivotal moment,
Pivotal moment.
I don't be hasty.
Is that from something I don't know?
All right, let's move on to the hunting ground then.
Alright. You guys proceed.
Fuck off, Cam.
Dude, these animals are going ballistic.
I think he has to go outside.
Luna and Enzer need to make it back soon to save them and us.
It's midnight. She's going nuts.
It's really like it doesn't help that I think this is the time.
We
that
should
she's
let her
most
out.
active.
We should let her outside.
I did this morning, but she was like super hesitant. It's like she goes out. They let her out so little that she was like, "Is this okay? Is this what the house?"
Why don't we just let her out right now and let her just get it all out of her system?
She could escape, maybe.
Cats always come home.
I'm just not comfortable taking that chance with Luna gone.
She really likes. She does love, and probably more than everyone in this
she
house.
married.
Also that.
Sometimes, like, you just have a
Enzer.
bond with a cat.
That I will admit is true. I'm not a cat person, but I did have a cat bond once. It was the most unbelievable animal feat thing that has ever happened in my life. I was literally like, attack that dog, and my cat just ran up to it, named Odin, by the way, and just started to bitch slap the fuck out of the dog, which is, yeah, I'm a ranger, you know. Okay, so it's a few hours pass. The fog gets a little bit thicker. You can no longer see behind you the direction that you came from, and it's hard to make out the sides of this canyon that you're in. Every so now and then, in the ice, you can see frozen fish. Every so now and then, also like a frozen mammal as well, just perfectly preserved.
Oh,
And
free food.
yeah, as it starts to descend into darkness as well, you hear the now familiar pounding sounds of a mammoth off in the distance.
Is there anything you wish to do now?
Sounds like we're heading in the right direction. So, how close do you think we are?
A distance.
A distance. Well, in that case, I bless all three of you.
Have we established what kind of
I wasn't
humans?
even using my blessing.
Are they
for
humans?
Aw.
I didn't get a good look at Umbuku.
It doesn't actually say what race these people are.
Oh. Based on their abilities, could you guess?
Let me see if it.
You've activated my trap card.
These are. I would just picture them being like tough humans.
Tough humans.
Humans.
Human.
All right.
You humans.
I think I'm good.
Always
on
making
spells.
fun of us, Ferengi.
Move. Move.
Oh.
Dude, this is going to be so difficult to edit now.
Yeah. Ha. 4 lights.
Okay.
There's a new show.
I heard.
They already announced the cast. Scared?
For what?
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Oh, a new reboot?
Picard is coming back.
The nuked generation?
Pretty much generation after next.
The millennial generation.
I
don't know.
Okay. So yeah, you guys hear the. They're, you estimate, maybe about 200 feet away. You've cast blessed.
I blessed
on
everyone.
3 of them.
Would like to cast bark skin on my main man over here.
Okay. Casting bark skin. What's up marching order?
We first.
It's Herchek, Alex,
Bark
Theragar.
skin,
And then me.
Second level spell.
I like how everyone just agreed to that without.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
You think you might need a little more hit points or strength?
Okay, so as you guys get closer and closer,
God,
the sound stops. The pounding sound of the mammoth feet, presumably on top of the ice, stops, and it's just silence. You guys halt your march forward before you hear this, and the same sort of head motion that the leader's mammoth made. This mammoth makes again as you see these large tusks just wave into your vision, blowing a huge portion of the fog out of the way, revealing the 3 large mammoths, 2 behind the main one that just moved all of the fog out of the way, and also just blew it past you guys as icy wind hits your face. And as you approach, you see 3 riders atop their shaggy steeds, one of them wearing a large furred hood. The riders turn their mammoths towards you and shout directions to their mounts in a guttural language. Herchek, you recognize this as charge.
Oh, charge? I was going to say, is that primordial? Because I can understand that.
No, it was giant speech.
Yeah, I understand giant.
As the 3 large mammoth riders stomp their feet and rush forward, moving even the fog out of the way, getting ever closer to the objects of their animosity.
I hold a new spell in my midst.
The Orin's obliterates in the Sims of Tar.
Sims of Tar.
Orange Sims of Tar.
The
Sims
Orin's
of obliterate. The Sims
Hold
obliterate.
firm.
Orin's tar.
Put my shield in front of me, that anime style.
Stoically positioning themselves and holding themselves in front of these rushing mammoths. What will happen next time on Assassins and Dragons? Thank you for joining us, Assassins, as always, until fate next brings us together.
Turtlenecks.
And never stop playing role-playing games. Oh, you think you're better than us?
What's a role-playing game?
You roll and you play games.
Hell yeah.
When a mother has sex with her father.
That's extreme role playing, but you know that is a type.
I meant to say when a mother has sex with your father, and that's where role playing.
Oh, I played that before.
夜明け生まれ来るものよ決して